Wonder if I'm on both. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Hi, guys. It's me, Action Jacqueline, your big bald-headed sister, and welcome to the Bald Girls Gossip Room. I'm Action Jacqueline, your big bald-headed sister. Welcome. Happy Saturday. What is today? Sunday. Happy Sunday. Whenever there's a holiday, I feel completely thrown off. Anyway, guys, I am here forcing myself to put makeup on. Why do we do that? I know y'all are going to be in the comments like, girl, you don't have to wear no makeup to get no man or whatever. You could be natural. I know. But I've been wearing makeup my entire life. Well, just about. Like, as soon as I started losing my hair at 12 years old, I started wearing makeup because I needed to start drawing on my eyebrows. So once you draw on the eyebrows, it only makes sense then to put on a little lipstick, maybe a little blush, because I don't know. There's something about just completing the look that became interesting and important. So yeah, I'm forcing myself to put makeup on. It's 100 degrees inside this house because I refuse to turn on the AC. I really like having the windows open on a cool and breezy day. So this is working. So I have all the windows open in the house because it's breezy. It's still very warm, but I love the breeze. Like that part of it just feels so good. So I'm going to put some makeup on while I'm here with you guys. I'm also going to go through the bald girl news, which I typically do like I would do it off camera, right? And then come back with the interesting stuff. But sometimes if I spend too much time doing the news, then I don't get the opportunity. I miss the opportunity to come here and talk about the news, and it slows things down. So I figured, we'll just do it together while I get ready. But first I want to put on some makeup and make myself look presentable. Figured I would do that with you guys as well. Let me check you guys here. How's it going, you user Anthony Amore? Hola. You gave me the big the big strong arm thing. Thank you for joining me and for leaving that comment. And everybody, if you are tuned in, make sure you give me a heart. Say something in the comments. Let me know that you are paying attention and that I got your attention. A little dialogue, a little communication back and forth makes things more interesting. So let me just tell you what the first thing I saw on the news that I thought was hilarious. I guess yesterday in Wuhan, China. Y'all remember the word Wuhan? That's a scary word, right? The name of that city in China. I guess that's where they said COVID started. That's where it was rumored to have started. Maybe not. We don't know. I don't want to get into that part. But Wuhan was in the news again because somebody, a student who was sitting for a federal exam, I think it was a federal exam, or something that was government related, right? Something that you had to, something that was official, an official exam, right? Was asked to remove her wig. You know what? I didn't want to report on that story, but then as I read it, I was like, this is something that we could talk about in the gossip room because my God, could you imagine being asked to remove your wig in a public place and knowing that if you don't do it, you'll get into big trouble? You know what I'm saying? That reminds me of high school. I remember in high school, I was made to take my hat off. I was having a really bad wig day. And I knew back then you were not allowed to wear hats. I don't know if you're allowed to wear hats in school now. But I knew I was like pushing the limits, but I really, really was having a bad wig day. Like I needed to get a new wig. We didn't grow up with a lot of money. So if a wig started to look ratty, you kind of just had to wait until it was time we had the money to buy a new one to get a new wig. So I just wore the wig. I just wore the hat to school. I go to school. The teacher, this bitch, I can't stand that lady to this day. She's got to be an old lady by now. And I hope she's alive still. But anyway, she tells me to take my hat off, right? And I'm like, well, so I go to her and I'm like, well, teacher, it's a medical related thing and I can't take my hat off. And she's like, well, you have to go get a letter from the nurse. So I'm like, okay, fine. So I go down to the nurse And I ask the nurse for a letter. I explain to her my situation, and she gives me a letter. Then I go and I return back to the classroom. When I get back to the classroom, this bitch of a teacher has another, like a dean, like I don't know, like the dean in the classroom with her. Mind you, this is a class filled with students. There's probably like 20, 25 students in the classroom. Now the dean is there. And when I walk through the door, the dean is like, the dean is not there, by the way. He's not there yet. But I hand Miss T, that's her name, I hand Miss T the letter from the nurse, and she reads it, and she says, okay, you can go have a seat. And then as I'm sitting there, like 2 minutes in, the dean walks into the room, and he's like, oh, is everything okay? And then Miss T says to the dean, oh, yeah, she got a note. And I'm like, did this woman tell the fucking dean and make this such a public issue? Like, ooh. Anyway, so this student, right, in Wuhan, China, bringing it all back together. The student in Wuhan, China was sitting for this exam, and the exam coach or the exam professor, whatever it is, decides to ask the lady to take her wig off. But it gets better, y'all. I love cats. How's it going? What shoes are you wearing? I don't have any shoes on yet. My feet are bare. I don't even I really don't want to get dressed. It's really warm. I don't want to put clothes on, but I do need to go out. So I know I have to dress myself. You know what I'm saying? I do have upkeep fatigue, y'all. I'm tired of the whole process of getting ready. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and read you guys the news article about this person in Wuhan. This story is hilarious, by the way. It's not as sad as it started out as. It gets much better. Hang on. I'm going to read this story that came out of Wuhan. Oh, I'm missing that. So let me turn this. How do I change this? I need to change this. Hang on. Where is it at? Ooh, y'all stay with me while I just look at it. See, this is why I should have had it ready already. Oh, Prashant Sawan says, hi, how are you? Hi, Prashant. I'm doing very well today. I'm doing much better today than in other days. I have not been doing very well. Like, I've been going through it emotionally lately. I got into it before. I don't want to, tell any sad stories today, so I'm not going to get into it. But, it hasn't been easy lately. It hasn't been easy. But slowly but surely, I'm coming around. So let me get to the news and then filter this through. Hang on. Where did it go? Oh, you guys heard about what happened in Texas? Oh my God, that's terrible. The death toll from Texas floods reached 67, including 21 children. Like I said, I don't want to get hung up on sad things today. Really, the Bald Girls Gossip Room is about just talking about fun and interesting, bald people worthy conversations. It's not about getting into this sad news, but of course, when you open the news, there's always sad stuff going around. So let me do this. I'm sorry. Ooh. Okay, so we talked about the Chinese man who was caught impersonating a woman. So this is the story. And I know I introduced it as a woman was asked to remove her wig, but it was actually a man, which is what makes this story really funny. Okay, let's get into it. I'm going to read it to you. All right, so a bizarre case of academic impersonation has stunned China's online community. Hang on, let me get this. After a male student was caught cross-dressing to take an exam on behalf of a female student. According to the report by the South China Morning Post, the incident occurred at Zhongnan University of Economics and Law in Wuhan. Am I spinning? Sorry, let me fix that. In Wuhan, Hubei province. Suspicions raised during exam. The scandal unfolded on June 24th when a netizen posted, netizen posted about a suspected case of cheating during a senior level accounting exam. I heard someone was caught impersonating a candidate during the senior accounting exam this morning. Apparently, it was a man dressed as a woman. The post, accompanied by online images, quickly gained traction, sparking widespread discussion. Social media users were both amused and alarmed, with one noting he wore a wig, a face mask, and even a headband. The effort was insane. Despite the elaborate disguise, the man's ruse fell apart when a vigilant teacher noticed something off about the wig, reportedly describing it as too obvious. Upon being asked to remove it, the impersonator fled the examination room immediately. Okay, so I think they got a photo of him running away. That must have been a different article where I saw the photo. I guess they don't have rights to that one, so they weren't able to share it. But that was hilarious as he was running off in that insane wig. Let's see if we can find that weird wig that he was wearing. But y'all, I was in Walmart the other day, and the woman who helped me, she was wearing such an insane wig that I think somebody would ask her to remove it because of suspicions. Honestly, the wig was so bad. It was almost as though it were it was like a half wig, and she wore it like a regular wig, and she didn't even bother to try to like mask the hard edge. It was wild. And the whole time, all I wanted to do was hold her hand and say, "Baby, let me fix your hair." Like I wanted to help her so badly, but she was just so comfortable in her half wig worn as though it was a full wig, and it was just wild to me. Okay, let's see. Prashant Sawant says, "Why did you cut your, would you say a mess, a six hair?" I guess that was a typo. "Why did you cut your hair?" I did not cut my hair, Prashant. I have alopecia universalis, and I lost all my hair when I was like 12 years old. So I haven't had hair since. I don't grow hair on my body anywhere. So yeah, that's my story. She says she feels so bad. Feel so bad for what? Because of that mean teacher in high school who made me take my hat off. I didn't take my hat off, but she was like, I cannot imagine what kind of grown woman behaves that way in a situation like, and I actually remember walking toward the teacher and saying to her, "Oh, it's a medical issue. Can you just let me ride this one day?" And she was just like, "No, you have to get a doctor's note or a note from the nurse." And then she called the freaking dean, like if she thought I was going to come inside and spaz out or something. I don't know what that was. But that one professor, she was, oh my God, she was widely hated, actually. I keep calling her professor. She's a teacher, not a professor. She's a high school teacher. And she was like, I remember there was some sort of violent incident at school, and she was at the heart of it. Like it was her who started it. And I mean, this was a really bad incident that involved, and somebody was actually like injured by, so it was crazy. So I can't pronounce your name. You're Ravas Gajasi. I don't know how to say your name. I'm sorry for butchering that, but thank you so much for joining me. I thank anyone who's joining me today. Make sure that you're giving me hearts, that you're following my page, and that you say something in the comments, because all of those comments, they make things more interesting. They make the conversation flow easier. They make things more interesting for me and then for you guys as well, because I think a lot of you might be home doing absolutely nothing and wouldn't mind engaging with a bald girl. Perhaps you're a bald girl too, or a bald guy, and what you actually really needed today was to talk to your big bald-headed sister, and I'm glad to be that girl. So let me check my TikToks, because I'm being really bad about checking my messages. I lose it. I lose the page from time to time. I don't know how that happens. Okay, here we go. All right, so let's go on. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start putting on my makeup. My makeup is old, y'all. Like I need to refresh my whole makeup bag, but like I just don't want to. Like I'm seriously suffering from makeup fatigue. In fact, I don't even like putting on makeup anymore. I would rather just sit around here and figure out how to wear jewelry that enhances my baldness than to try to like wear makeup to mask it. The only thing I really feel like I have to do is my eyebrows and my eyelashes, which I have not done yet. I do recognize that without let me change this, by the way, that without eyelashes, it's probably a little odd. And also I have these old tattoos that need to be covered up. So I will do that every day. In fact, I do my makeup every day. And then I put the wig on. I put the wig on. No, that might be too much. I put the wig on every day. This is a Coach. I can't remember where this came from, this Coach tag. I think it came from a key ring that I had. And I decided it would look cute as a necklace. So I just pulled it off the key ring, put a little finder on it, and ran it through a silver chain, which I really like. So I'm going to take this one off and change it. This is what I really like. Like, I like to now, since I realized how fun it is to accentuate a bald head with jewelry, I've really gotten into it. And that's really where I want to spend the money. I don't want to spend the money on makeup anymore. Makeup always needs to be replaced every 5 minutes. Like right now, I have to buy a new eyeliner. I have to buy a new, what do you call it again? What's that thing called? Foundation. You have to replace it all the time. Everything. It's like being bald is an expensive place to be. Like, I'm about to put $300 or $400 worth of stuff on just to look normal. I feel like if you're wearing $300 to $400 worth of stuff, you should look like fancy as hell, not like normal. Is that too much? What y'all think? What do you guys think in the comments? I'm really now just learning how to put on makeup and jewelry. Sorry, not jewelry. Jewelry that really accentuates a bald head. So I might overdo it. So any feedback is appreciated. You guys let me know if I'm overdoing it. Maybe I should take this off now since that one is a double chain. I usually wear gold jewelry. A warm undertone, so gold jewelry looks best on me. But since I'm dressed so casually, I felt like I should wear silver. And then I have silver jewelry. Like, I have this really nice Citizen silver watch, and I want to wear it from time to time. I can't wear gold all the time, right? Anyway, all right. I did promise you I was going to put on my makeup. I promised myself I was going to put on my makeup. I need to stop being so lazy when it comes to makeup lately. I don't know what's going on with me. I don't know. I just don't have any motivation. I need to change my hairstyle. There's a lot that I need to do. That I'm just avoiding doing. I need to get on it. I really do need to get on it. Okay. All right, let me start the makeup. In the meantime, let's also check out the news. But first, let me start one thing. I need to stay on task. My ADHD is showing. All right, first I'm going to apply my primer, which is just the Master Primer by Maybelline. Like I said, I'm not all my makeup needs to be replaced. I'm not a makeup guru. I only know how to do my own makeup. And to be honest, I only really know how to do one look. I've tried to give myself more dramatic makeup looks, but somehow they don't look right. I think it has something to do with my body type. I don't know if you guys are into body typing, but that's another thing that I have been into recently. The body typing by Kibby. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Kibby, the Kibby body typing system, but it is so fun and interesting. If that's your sort of thing. I should let you guys know, in case you didn't know, that I have a background, an educational background in fashion. So that's kind of like my thing, body typing, how clothes drape on you, what kind of clothes you should and shouldn't wear, things like that. But it all doesn't stop at clothing. It also moves into the arena of makeup and hairstyling, what hairstyles look right on some people and what makeup looks right on others. There's a reason why some of us can't get away with red lipstick. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why some of us don't look good in heavy makeup and others of us can really give ourselves like a full face beat and look fantastic in it. Like me, I do not look good in like a serious beat. You know what I mean? With the dramatically colored lips and the smoky eye. I've never been able to pull off that look, even when it was professionally done. So, and I think that the reason has a lot to do with my Kibbe body type. So I recommend that you guys check out the Kibbe body typing system because it's so fun and interesting. I don't want to get too hung up on it right now because that's not the topic of this discussion, and I don't want to lose you guys. But it is something that one day, if I become more like vested in it and I learn more about it, I'll talk about it. I will because I like this sort of thing. All right. Again, I'm rambling, but that's my job, right? That's my job to ramble with you guys. We're supposed to be having a dialogue, engaging. It's for those of you who have TikTok channels, by the way, engagement really does help your algorithm. So just by engaging with people on lives, your own channel will be boosted up in the algorithm. If you guys didn't know that, that's something that I really began to understand recently. I've heard it before, but now I see it in real time. So it's something that you guys might want to look into. Oh, by the way, if you were wondering, I'm wearing the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Full Coverage Concealer in color 400. I have pretty smooth skin. I've never had issues with my skin, but I do like the I do like how smooth and even tone my skin looks after applying this. Okay. So between each application, I will go ahead and read another news topic. I did see another one I wanted to explore. Something about Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian was photographed recently in a few wigs, and a lot of people have nasty things to say about her wig. But I actually liked the wig a whole lot, especially since I've been looking for like a pixie hairstyle. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that. See if I can find it. All right, let's move past that weird story in Wuhan, China, with the student who was asked to remove her wig. So hilarious, that story. Only hilarious because it turned out to be an imposter. It would not have been funny at all if she was an actual student who with hair loss or who's wearing a wig because she had some other issue with her hair. But I do notice that a lot of people wear wigs when they don't need to. Like, I just feel like it's a heavy thing to wear. Wigs are heavy and expensive, kind of uncomfortable at times. I don't think I would wear one if I didn't have to. Not to say I even have to. Let's get that clear as well. Nobody has to wear a wig, do we? That's something that we can talk about. Do some people actually have to wear a wig? At what point did you feel? I feel like I did definitely have to wear a wig when I had spotty hair loss. Because it was really hard to, even after shaving my head, to get a clean bald head. That was really difficult. And then what was left behind were those patches of hair. Not necessarily hair, but the pigment that the hair left behind. That's a thing. So for those of you who don't know what that looks like, it's basically like patches of hair. It kind of resembles like a leopard, right? That sort of hair loss. But let's see these pictures of Kim Kardashian in her wig, which I thought were really pretty. And to be honest, I'm not a huge Kim Kardashian fan. I don't dislike her. It's just not something that I follow. But seeing her in this wig somehow just made me like her more. Whenever I see something very relatable, a person do something very relatable, that's typically when I fall in love with that person. Like Doja Cat, when she shaved her head bald, that's when I fell in love with her. I've always liked Doja Cat, but something about that that hair shaving incident really made her one of my faves as far as entertainers. So it would be, as far as entertainers, my favorite at this time would be my favorite personalities, I'll say. Not so much as from music. My favorite personalities would be Doja Cat's, and of course, I can't even say her name. Look, Rihanna. Of course, Rihanna. I for some reason I took a long time to fall in love with Rihanna, and I love the relationship that she has with ASAP Rocky. Oh my God, the two of them are so cute, and ASAP Rocky is adorable. Oh my God, the two of them are so cute together. So yeah, a big win for those two, if you ask me. I wish them the best. But yes, I do feel like at certain times in our lives, wigs become much more important than other times. I hate to say that because there should never be a time in your life where you feel like you must do something. But of course, everybody does, right? Everybody at some point in their life feels like they must do something that they probably would prefer not to do. Like I wear the wig every day, and to be honest, I don't feel like putting the wig on. But then when I go outside and people start asking me questions without when I go outside without the wig and people start asking me questions, then I'm just like, oh my God, will you stop? Let me look this up. Hang on. What's her name again? Kim Kardashian. Kim K. Okay, so this is the one. Okay, social media is losing it. Don't you like how exaggerated they are in the news? I don't think social media is losing it, but let's go ahead and talk about it. Social media is losing it after seeing Kim Kardashian's trash blonde wig for new Skims campaign. Trash. I wonder why they call it trash. It doesn't sit on her head right, is what somebody says. Oh my God. And women, y'all need to chill out. Y'all are some mean ass. Okay. Why don't, I mean, like, let me ask you a question. When you guys say mean things to people, is it because you feel like you're immune, like you're so perfect that no one could ever say mean things about your aesthetic? Like, what? When y'all do that, do you ever think like, oh, let me not say anything because I'm not perfect? Do you ever think that, or do you just go ahead and just spew out things? And then the other thing is about like in the comment sections. Sometimes I feel like the comment sections of any article are usually just places for people to display their wittiness. Like, I don't even think these people mean what they say. Because could you really, in your deepest part of your heart, just insult everyone all the time? It's crazy to me. But anyway, let's read this article. Okay, Kim Kardashian recently debuted a new look for a Skims campaign, but it didn't go over well with her followers. The media mogul recently posed in the new campaign for the Skims and Roberto Cavalli swimwear collaboration, and besides showing off her toned figure in her bathing suit, she also sported a retro-looking short blonde wig that led to some backlash online. Fans couldn't help but comment on how they thought the wig was ill-fitted and looked cheap. All right, this is it, y'all. I don't know about you, but this, in my opinion, this look is serving, okay? Serving. It is serving every bit of this photo and the background and the richness of it all. The bathing, the swimsuit, the contrasting red headband. Everything looks so luxurious. Look at the background. And she's just standing there like posing almost candidly. Nah, that look is serving to me. I will agree. The wig looks like a wig. But is it possible that if the average person with a full head of blonde hair wanted to achieve the same retro look, they could get it and it would still look like a wig? Like, is it possible this actually could be her hair? We know it's not her hair, right? But if you didn't know Kim Kardashian and you didn't know she always had this long black hair, how could we be super sure that it's a wig? I don't know. I like the wig a lot. I've been looking for a pixie haircut. I can't, again, my body type prevents me from being able to wear pixie haircuts. I'm sure there's one that exists. I'm sure there's a wig exists in a short style that would look nice on me. I just haven't stumbled across it. And that search can get very expensive, right? Especially since nowadays, when we buy wigs, we typically buy them online. Back when I was able to go into a store, and I miss these days, y'all. I miss these. I do not like the forefront of America these days. I do not like it. When you go out looking for wig stores and places to buy wigs, it is so far and few in between that you can find them. Of course, the beauty supplies are there. The beauty supply stores where you can grab like a $40 wig or a $60 wig. But we know the quality lacks on these wigs on a large part. And if you want to get a good quality wig, you have to buy it online. But then there's that gamble, right? You're gambling when you get it online. First of all, you have to wait 5, 10, sometimes 2 weeks, 5, 10 days, sometimes 2 weeks for the wig to arrive. So the whole time you're not buying other wigs. You're just you spent the money already. So you have to wait, right? To see before you spend your money on a wig. So in that 10 days, you're not buying any wigs. You're just waiting, right? And then you get the wig and hopefully it looks right on you, right? So then you put the wig on and then hopefully the quality is good. Right? Because if the quality is not good, then your hair is going to look nice for like a day or two. And then after that, it's going to be crap, regardless of what you spend on the wig, right? So there's all kinds of things to consider when you're buying wigs. And that's why I haven't really changed my hairstyle in a long time. Because without being able to try the wig on in the store, everything changes. I really do want a new hairstyle though. So if somebody has like a traveling wig boutique, can y'all come over to my house? Because I would love that. And I would buy a lot of wigs. All right, so let's finish reading this. Okay, in several shots. Oh, wait, let me start from the beginning. Kim Kardashian poses in a blonde wig for new Skims campaign. The Skims founder was the main model for the shapewear brand's latest collaboration with famous fashion designer Roberto Cavalli. The two brands created a swimwear line with fun prints for the summer, and in the ad campaign, Kim can be seen posing in tiger-printed one pieces and other eye-catching summertime clothes. Y'all, I'm in love with this look, honestly. Like, I want that swimsuit. I want this, and I want the wig. I want the swimsuit. I want the wig. Would the wig look right? I want the headband. I want the whole thing. It's quite an interesting switch up from her usual long, dark locks, and certainly stood out. In some shots, the short blonde hair look was paired with a headband, and in others, it was left on its own, making Kim look like an entirely different person. Let's zoom into this photo because I really like this look, including the dress. Like, give me everything. Take my money. Hang on, can I do this? How do I can't zoom in. Oh, there it is. This look is insane. Give me the wig. Give me the outfit. I want all of it. All right. I digress. Let me continue on. While some hardcore fans of the Keeping Up with the Kardashians star cheered on the campaign and thought it was super stylish, others were rather critical of the entire look. However, a lot of the attention went towards Kim's blonde wig. On social media platforms like Reddit, fans weighed in on the wig, and some of them did not hold back. Of course, because people behind little keyboard warriors try to come up with the best and most witty comments, saying the nastiest shit that they would never say in real life, because they know they get smacked in the face for it, right? What lazy styling, wrote a Reddit user, especially in the last pic where the wig isn't even on her head. Typical trash. Hold on, which pic is she talking about? Where's it at? Is there more? Is that the one he was talking about? This is the last pic? Nah, that looks... Okay, maybe it does. Maybe it is lazy styling. I don't know. You'd have to do a close-up to see it. What do you guys think? Good afternoon. Who just chimed in? Pay984 says, good afternoon, beautiful. How are you doing today? I'm doing very well. Thank you so much. Let me make sure that I'm not missing out on my TikTok conversations. If they're happening, nobody in TikTok is really engaging with me, and I would love to hear with you guys. Thank you guys in YouTube. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate everyone who's watching. But really, if you are tuned into the live, you should definitely be engaging because there's a lot for us to talk about. All right, so let me finish reading about Kim and her trash wig, is what they call it. I would totally wear this wig if it looked right. If it looked right on me. And that's the part, like I said before. How do you know if something looks right without buying it now? Everything is online. Okay. Okay, so the person says, especially in that last pic where the wig isn't even on her head. Typical trash. Typical, they say. Oh my God. Another user wrote that the wig doesn't sit on her head right. This feels cheap, wrote a critic. I love the shoot, but the wig is horrible. So what wig would look better? Like, I feel like she's supposed to be serving a like very interesting look. So if she just wore her long black hair, would that be interesting? I don't think so. I don't think anything is interesting about her long black hair anymore. Yes, it's pretty, but is it interesting? And I think that's what they were going for. I love the shoot, but the wig is horrible, commented a user. Is the wig supposed to look like that? Asked another. While the HS actress has yet to acknowledge the backlash towards her wig, she continues to plug the summertime collaboration. Like, why would she address it? I'm sure she's getting paid. So whatever these naysayers are saying on the internet, the little internet warriors, who cares? However, we'll be curious to see if she pays attention to the comments and chooses to avoid short blonde wigs in the future. Didn't she wear a blonde wig when she did the Marilyn Monroe shoot? Can anybody pull up that photo? I don't remember. Let me finish doing my eyebrows. One thing I can't stand is how my eyebrows look when they're not complete. I'd rather have them not started at all than incomplete. So let me finish that part. I'm going to go ahead and seal in the color. I'm going to use my lash glue for that. One thing I do think I will invest in, even though I don't feel like spending any money on any more makeup, is those natural hair eyebrows, which I see everybody using on TikTok, and I don't know why it's taken me so long to start using them. Oh, I do know why. I think the reason why I don't want to use them so much is because I have the tattooed brows, and I have a feeling they'll not look right with it. And then I don't want to spend the money. Am I cheap? Does that make me cheap? I don't know. I've become very frugal over my lifetime. I feel like, honestly, I've spent about $500,000 on things. I know that sounds insane, but I truly feel like it. If you guys watch me throughout the years, the way I've moved, how quickly I was in the past to just go ahead and buy a new wig just like that. And if I bought a new wig and it turned out to be not the quality I expected it to be, I had no problem throwing it in the trash after the first wear and just going out and spending $500-$600 on a brand new one. I won't do that anymore. I've learned my lesson. Like, when I finally had the conversation with myself about how much I was spending on wigs, that's when I decided, you know what? This is absolutely insane. And I really think that women who wear wigs can keep themselves in poverty over their desire to wear a wig. Seriously. Some of us don't even need to wear the wigs, honestly. So why are we doing this to ourselves? Why do we do this? I don't consider myself part of that category. I do feel like I need to wear the wig. I know y'all gonna be like, oh, you don't need a wig, girl. You can be bald. Bald is beautiful nowadays. I know. I'm just not quite there yet, okay? And I don't know that I ever will be, because like I said earlier on, whenever I go outside without the wig and people look at me funny or start commenting on me, about me, I literally just want to reach in my purse and pull out my wig and put it on in that moment, just because I don't feel like dealing with it. I go outside because I want to do something in specific. I will go outside because I want to go, I don't know, to the DMV. I want to go to the mall. I want to go food shopping. I don't feel like going through some emotional roller coaster every time I go outside. And that's what I find to be the case largely. Anyway, what was I just doing? Okay, let me get back so that you can stop looking at a little hole in the wall through me. Okay, so I'm going to finish up these eyebrows. Hopefully, you know what? Just because I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and order those eyebrows so that the next time I'm online, I will be able to try them with you guys. Hopefully they work. It will make me really sad if they don't. It would make me really sad because it's kind of a dream of mine to have those kind of brows. And y'all know what happens when you have a dream and then you realize you can't have that thing. It sucks. It's kind of like meeting your favorite celebrity and finding out that they're assholes, right? It's like, oh, this was a big letdown. I really wanted this to work. Okay, so I'm using my Duo eyelash glue, the one with the brush. Um, to seal in my brow. And then I'm going to add some strokes to it afterwards with my liquid liner, my black liquid liner, and then again afterwards with my brown liner. So this is Black Radiance. This formula works really well. I've tried other products hoping to get somewhat of like a better, I don't know, something better. Even though this is already good, you know how we are with products, we just always are looking for something better. I don't know why I spent any money trying to get anything better, because I don't think there's anything better. I spent lots of money on things trying to get something better, and this is the one that always works. This one, I like this product as well. This is by NYX. It is the Epic Ink Liner, which I like, but I don't know if you guys can see. Wait, are we out of focus? But the brush sheds. You can't really see that, can you? Maybe if I go like this. Anyway, I think you can see it now. Some of the brush strands, I want to say, brush strands are like hanging, so I have to cut that all the time. And that interferes with the application. So, like, I don't know. I think that's why I'm so sick and tired of buying makeup. Like, every time you turn around, there's some other issue with makeup. It's never like consistent. The only thing that's been consistent in my makeup repertoire, consistent and always good, is this liquid liner, black Radiance, and then this stuff is always good. The Palmade brow pomade. That's the one that I started with, but the color is off. It's kind of grayish, but then anything else is too dark. So, so this product, that product, and then the concealer that you just saw me put on, which I can't even find right now. Oh, the Infallible. These three products have always been really good for me consistently. Everything else, I'm always looking for a new and better product and not able to find it, actually. So I would love to hear in the comments if you guys use stuff that is better. I would love it if you shared that with me. Okay, so let's go ahead and put on these brows. So even this, see, it's drying out now. This I have to replace, honestly, twice a month. And if I don't, it starts getting dry. I have a little thing, like trick that I use to thin it out. Oh, here it is. I'll use my finishing spray and spray a little bit inside of it, and it thins it out. It works well, but I've probably done that too many times with this particular bottle. It's just time for me to either open a new bottle or buy some more. I can't remember if I have any extra, because I normally buy like 3 at a time. So I have to go check to see if I have any more. All right, so there. Now it's thin enough so that I could possibly get a decent application. Yeah, that's better. You ever see that there's a little Indian girl who was filmed, like super adorable. She was doing some sort of makeup application online. She was like literally like 5 or 6 years old. And every time she did something, like she would add like a dot in her head. Like she'd go like this and go. She'd go like this and go. She was so cute. Such a cute video. So now every time I put on my eyebrows, I do that. I'm copying the little girl. That's how fickle I am. How's that look? And I see it. I see the little gap that I left. Unfortunately, it doesn't stop here. I hate doing my makeup. What is that? And honestly, when I look in this mirror, I don't see it like that. This camera of mine really highlights my imperfections. In real life, I don't see it. But let me fix it because y'all can see it. All right, well, it doesn't stop here. I'm going to go over it with my brown liner just now, the NYX. So, find that little video of that little girl. That was so cute. I bet you if I look for that video right now, like if I typed in little Indian girl applies makeup, now because she did it like such a long time ago, there'll be 3,000 more videos of little Indian girls doing makeup. So I'll never be able to find that one again. It's so hard. Everything is hard. Everything is difficult nowadays. All right, so let me put on some that I'm gonna let this one dry down a little bit before I add my brown liner to it. And then I still haven't bought my MAC makeup yet. I wanted to go to the MAC counter. I like going to the MAC counter at the airport because it's just such a nice experience. It's way nicer than like going to Ulta. Ulta sucks. I mean, Ulta for an hour before somebody walks over to me and asks me for help if I need some help. Literally for an hour. And then by the time I'm ready to ask for help, they're always busy with another customer. Okay, so if you're wondering, right now I'm wearing the Revlon creme. That's how they pronounce it, this particular line. I'm wearing the Revlon creme in color 778. John Wick. Hey, John Wick, how's it going, buddy? Nice to see you. John Wick says hello. Great to see you as well. I hope you're still there. I hope I didn't wait too long to respond. All right, so that's done. And then last thing, I'm gonna put on a wig. I'm gonna put on the wig, what wig is it again? My Tressalor wig called Sensational. That's a confusing name because Sensational is also a wig brand that I like a lot. It's a budget-friendly wig brand. And they make some really pretty wigs, but honestly, the quality just isn't there. That's why I love the high-end synthetic wigs because I know exactly what to expect. That's part of the reason why you guys don't see me switch up my hair too much, what we talked about earlier. Since I can't just go in the store and try on a high-end wig like I used to. Like there's like one store in the neighborhood, in the area, and I have to drive out a little bit to get to this one store, and it's super expensive. Like I could get my Zara wig that I wear all the time. This is the Zara wig, by the way. When I go to that store, that wig is sold for like $450, but I could buy it online for $2 something. I don't mind spending a little bit more extra for it if I could pick it up right that day, only because I want to support the businesses. And I know it costs money for them to keep them on inventory, but $450 as opposed to $230, that's insane. That's insane. So for that reason, like I don't even want to go in that store and try things on because I know I'm not going to spend their price. And then at the same time, I kind of feel like I'm using them. Like I do recognize they need to earn their money, but they don't need to do the markup so high. Like I just think that's insane, especially when I know full well what I can buy the things for online. It's such an easy thing to do. You could literally stand in the store next to the price tag that they are selling it for and see that you're spending probably 40% more than you should, which is Like, I'm not a donkey. Like, I'm not a donkey. Do not kick me. You know what I'm saying? It's insane. Anyway, I'm gonna wear this wig. I don't have my. This is the wig I wore on the 4th, y'all. I went out. I don't want to comb it out too much either because I put these pretty curls into it. Ooh, I forgot to add my lashes. That's the last step here, right? Let's do the lashes before we do the hair because the hair is always a problem. In the meantime, let's go ahead and go through these news topics. Let's go through the news topics. Hang on. Hang on. All right, so I want to go over some of the sad news as well. I'm not going to focus too much on it. The sad news, it's just sad stuff. Like what's going on in Texas. I hate it, but I don't want to talk about it a bunch because, like I said, the Ball Girls chat room is a place for us to uplift one another. But part of uplifting is keeping one another in the know, right? So there's that. So I'm going to go ahead and go through these news articles with you. Where is it, by the way? That is not even there. I think I lost it. I did. Here it is. All right, let's look at it. Y'all staying with me? I would love to hear from you guys. Speak up in the comments. You guys are too quiet. I need some dialogue between us. Need some engagement. Okay, there it is. All right, I found the news. So I like to look up wig stuff. So I got into this because at one point I was searching the news a lot because of some. You guys ever heard of JAK inhibitors? So I wanted to learn about JAK inhibitors, and they were like trending in the news at one point. And I started just searching the news, just looking for wig, like searching the term wig, searching the term hair loss, searching the term alopecia. And then that's how I found about the JAK inhibitors. And then I started to notice that wig news is hilarious. Wig news is either two things, extremely sad or hilarious. So I was like, you know what, maybe we could talk about this stuff in the Ball Girls Gossip Room because why not? All right, so you know what I read? I read recently about this girl who found a wig in her boyfriend's bedroom. She assumed the wig belonged to another girl, so we're gonna go with that because that can be a lot. There could be a lot of reasons, different reasons why her boyfriend could have a wig in his room, and it doesn't necessarily mean there's another girl, right? But you know what she did? She wore the wig. Instead of getting mad, flipping out, like, whose wig is this in your room? She wore the wig. She washed it, wrapped her hair up, and put it on. And she filmed herself doing that. I'm going to see if I can find that one for you. I thought that was hilarious. But in the meantime, let's check this out. What does it say? Fury as channel migrants offered free eye tests. Wow. Fury as channel migrants offered free eye tests, prescriptions, dental treatment, glasses, and even wigs. Okay, this we're taking from the UK Sun. The fury comes as a brazen migrant seen taking a selfie on a dinghy to the UK. Y'all, I don't want to get into political discussions with you because we know how messy that can get. But the thing about the migrant situation, right? Immigrants, especially like political refugees. I guess they get different status here. Do they? I'm sure they do. If they're the right color, then they do, right? But fury. Imagine being furious at these people who are migrating to your country because they're taking selfies. I don't know that I would be furious. Like, could you imagine the turmoil that you must be living through? That would make you jump into a dinghy and travel across seas on top of a bunch of people to get to another country. In my opinion, you would need to have been going through something very tumultuous in your home country that would make you flee in that way. Anyway, let's go ahead and read it. That's why I don't feel like fury towards these people. Yes, I do feel like they should do what they must to access citizenship. But do they even have that opportunity? That's the question. Like, I've visited places where you can't even get to other cities. Like, if you live in a specific city, you have to wait somehow until a car becomes available or a bus becomes available. And they're not always available. You have to wait until you get up enough money to even go to the embassy or wherever you have to go to get the documents to apply for citizenship. And I don't think you could do that all online. I don't know. I don't. So I don't feel fury against them, but I try not to. There's a lot. It's very nuanced, and there's a lot of parallels, and two things can be true at one time. That sort of thing. Anyway, let's read it. There was anger yesterday after an NHS letter found outside an asylum hotel revealed that migrants are entitled to free wigs. Yes, please. Some of us need our free wigs. Thank God I don't need a free wig. Oh, God. I'm glad they exist for those of us who need them. The document addressed to a migrant at the Derby Hotel told how he and his partner were able to access free NHS site tests, prescriptions, dental treatment, glasses, wigs, and fabric supports. What are fabric supports? Local retired machine worker Paul Davies, 67, insisted they're getting more benefits than we do, which is sometimes true. But to be fair, a lot of people complain that immigrants get more benefits than we do, and they're complaining without having ever applied for benefits. So that's something to consider. Have you ever even applied for benefits? There's a process you have to go through to get benefits. Before you complain that another person is getting the benefits, how about you try getting it? If you want it. Do you even want the benefits? That's another thing. I have to pay for my own dental treatment and prescriptions, says one person. It comes as a brazen migrant was pictured holding an expensive smartphone to fill himself on a dinghy leaving France for the UK. The stowaway in a cap and with an orange life jacket raised his arms in apparent celebration as the small boat left grave lines near Dunkirk for the perilous journey. Others on board appeared to sign the V for the victory salutes. Figures showed 585 migrants arrived on Sunday, taking this year's total to over 19,000. An onlooker said it was shocking to see one appearing to film it or take selfies. This shows migrants acting brazenly and effectively giving us the V sign. I get it. Like I get the fury. I get the fury, but at the same time, I don't know what these people have gone through that would make them want to get on a dinghy like this. I would never. Like I can't. I would never. Unless I was going through something so horrid, and God forbid we ever do, because this country, the way things are moving around in this country, it could turn really, really ugly. And a lot of us might be forced to leave. But yeah, these people are well dressed, and yeah, expensive smartphone. I don't know. How do they know that's an expensive smartphone? That could be like the iPhone 6, right? They all look the same, don't they? Anyway, that was that story. I thought we were going to talk more about the wigs, because how are they getting wigs? Where are they getting wigs from? Show me. All right. The best Nicole Kidman wigs ranked. Let's see Nicole Kidman's wigs. A lot of these don't look like wigs to me. A lot of them look like half wigs or hair pieces. So, continue reading Nicole Kidman. Oh, you got to have a membership to look at this story, so I'm not going to bother. I'm not signing up for another membership. I think at this point I have about $60 a month worth of subscriptions, and that's way too much. And that's not including like cable and things like that. Which, does anybody have cable anymore? On the 4th, I visited my bestie's mom, and she was watching cable, like real cable. I was like, oh, stop. People still have cable. I use my Fire Stick. Oh, why Dallas Cowboys cheerleader Armani Latimer. We've never talked about Armani Latimer on this channel, and we definitely should have. This is what I mean when I say that a lot of times I search the news before going live, and I find stories I want to talk about, but I spend so much time searching for the news that I then don't have time to turn around and discuss the news, because I don't know, something will come up in the house. You guys know I'm running a household here. So sometimes I miss the opportunity to talk about it, and then other times I'm not in the mood. Like I definitely have to be in the right spirit before I get on the internet. Otherwise, my live will go viciously wrong. I've had that happen before. Like I've logged on when I was low energy, and people like got the best of me. Like the commenters would come inside saying nasty things to me, and I would just be like, "Oh, not today, not today." So when I find that I'm in high spirits, I just jump into it now. I don't wait because we don't know how my spirits will be in another 2 hours, or even if my life will get busy. Like right now it's 3:30 p.m. and I do need to start dinner, which I haven't done. Thank God I already started thawing out the fish. But let's look at why Dallas Cowboys cheerleader Armani Latimer took off her wig. All right, y'all, for those of you who don't know it, Armani Latimer is a fellow alopecia princess. Look how beautiful she is. There she is. She's Dallas Cowboys cheerleader, and I'm very proud of her. How did this come up? How do I get it off? Okay, let's read about Armani Latimer. The most inspiring moment of the Dallas Cowboys 2024 season wasn't last-minute touchdowns or 40-yard pass. Oh, God, stop. Okay. It was Armani Latimer, a member of the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, performing at halftime without her wig. Did you guys ever see it? It was really fantastic. And I can't believe I've never spoken about this in the Ball Girls chat, but I'm finally doing it. So don't come for me. In the second season of Netflix's America's Sweethearts, Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, which follows the tryouts, cuts, and season of the DCC squad, veteran Latimer left it all on the field, personally and professionally. Not only did director Kelly Finglass and head choreographer Judy Trammell appoint her one of the team's group leaders, but she also emerged as a central advocate for a long overdue 400% pay raise alongside her team. 400% pay raise. Ooh, somebody give me that. Her individual storyline was no less powerful. In episode 3, she opened up about her hereditary alopecia, an autoimmune disease that causes hair loss, during a conversation with Rosemary Osandu, the owner of Rose Style Studio, who has provided invaluable wig and scalp care support since becoming a DCC beauty partner in 2020. This profession is so much more than simply getting clients, which we refer to as our rosebuds, in and out of the salon, Osandu tells InStyle. There's an incredible amount of passion, skill, and technique behind every piece of work I do. So there's Armani and Rosemary Osandu in America's Sweethearts, Dallas Cowboys Cheerleaders Season 2, which I never watched, by the way. The salon scene and subsequent performance in which Armani performs all natural for alopecia awareness at the Cowboys' annual charity game features some of the most open, honest, and uplifting moments of the entire series. Armani has been such a light to the organization, Osandu tells InStyle. She's not just speaking for the young women who dream of becoming a DCC while living with alopecia, but also for all the other women in the stands, on the sidelines, and across the entire Dallas Cowboys organization who might be silently carrying something they felt they had to hide. She reminds everyone that these challenges don't define who they are. To get to the heart of it all, InStyle spoke with Latimer about chronicling her final season, opening up about alopecia and the legacy she hopes to leave at DCC. You guys want to visit her Instagram real quick? Let's check it out. Let's see her photos. Y'all just give me a second while I put some glue on these lashes. Because I do need to stay on task, okay? Am I not signed in? Logged into Instagram? Oh, gosh. Damn it. Give me a second while I log in. I'm going to just close this so that you guys can't see my information. I have to look up my password. Okay, there it is. All right, there it is, y'all. I'm going to log into Instagram, and then we're going to look at Latimer's alopecia experience and all her beautiful photos. She's gorgeous, by the way. Of course she's gorgeous. You have to be gorgeous to be a cheerleader, don't you? And she is. Hang on. I hope they don't take me through all these prompts where I have to put in a code and all that other stuff. Let's see. Can we get into Instagram? Yeah, please. Save the info. Oh, we're in. All right, let me show you. Oh, look. When I opened it up, I landed on my sister's page. Y'all, this is my sister, my blood sister with both of my parents. Both of my parents are still married, by the way. I think they've been married now 52, no, longer than 54 years. Yeah, so that's my sister Candace. You can find her on Instagram. She's an actress, model, and what do you call it again? And director. She's an actress, model, and director. And right here, you could see her. Her name is Candace is Me. So definitely check her out. That's my hair inspiration, by the way. So the way her hair is right now, she does have it colored right now, but as you can see, we are hairy people. Not me. I don't have any hair left. But my sister, thank God, she never lost her hair. I have another sister as well who has a full head of hair. Unfortunately, my other sister suffered a stroke, so her situation is unique. Yeah, I don't want to get into that. No sad stuff in Bold Girls chat room. But in case you're wondering why I'm so nonchalant about talking about my sister, she has been living in her condition, the one who had the stroke, for 20 years now. Probably, yeah, 19 years now. So we've had a lot of time to get past that. Anyway, this is my sister. So let's go back and we're gonna look at we're gonna look at Latimer and her wig. If I can find it. How did we get here? That's not what I wanted. Oh, here she is. Okay. So now we're gonna look for her page. There she is, Armani Latimer. There she is, y'all. I want to see a clip of her. Is this a video or just a photo? There she is. I'm so proud that you're doing this and start sending a lot of little girls out there. And they're going to be looking at you and just like, oh, it's great knowing that they are going to feel so beautiful after this because of what you're doing today. So we're just so proud of you. Oh, I did not mean to do that. I'm sorry, y'all. What did I do? I'm sorry, I messed that up, y'all. Okay, well, go visit her page if you want to see the whole thing. But yes, so gorgeous. Check her out. There she is, modeling her beautiful bald head. Gorgeous, absolutely stunning. You know what's funny? What I notice that people do when they see a bald woman? They say things like, "You're still beautiful." You know, like still. As if we didn't know that. I mean, okay, all right. Fair enough. I'm being very cheeky. I'm being very cheeky. But okay, you know what? Let me see if I can explain this thought better. So I was at the dentist the other day, and I love my dentist. We have a very special relationship because I have allowed him to butcher my mouth thousands of times throughout the last, I don't know, 15 years. That's how long I've been seeing him. So we have a very special relationship, he and I. So we were talking, and for some reason, in all the years I've known him, I've never told him that I have this alopecia platform, right? And it finally was able to come up in conversation this time. I think the reason why I've never told him before, despite the fact that I'm very open about my alopecia, is because whenever I'm there, the important thing is my mouth. I have a lot of, I have soft teeth. So every time I go, there's always some work that needs to be done in my mouth. And then I have a phobia. I have a drill phobia. So if ever the dentist has to put a drill in my mouth, it is an ordeal. I mean, like crying, shaking. He has even told me, listen, every time I'm done drilling your mouth, I have to schedule your appointments late in the day, my dentist says, because I know after you're done, I'm tired. After I'm done drilling your teeth or whatever it is I have to do on your teeth, I'm tired and I need a drink. He literally told me that. And I'm like, I get it. Because I feel the same way. I'm tired and I need a drink because of the anxiety that I have about the drill. Anyway, so we're there talking about finally having the conversation about my alopecia universalis and my ball girl chat room and, you know, the big ball-headed sister thing. And he says to me, oh, wow, all these years, I never knew it. And I'm over your head all the time. And I've never noticed that you're wearing a wig. And he says to me, your husband must be one good man. And I'm like, I didn't say anything because my mouth was open and I couldn't speak anyway. But I'm like, you see, people say some really insensitive things when they find out that you're bald. It's always like, oh, you're beautiful anyway. You know, like, anyway. What does that mean? What does that mean? Anyway, let's go ahead and look at these photos of, oh my God, Latimer. What's her first name? Armani. That's an easy name to remember, right? Oh, she's so cute here. Oh my God, she's adorable. She is freaking adorable. Let me get to the next photo. Can y'all see this? Is the screen big enough? I tried to zoom in last time and I ended up like somehow. Let me try it like this. This is better. All right, there she is. Oh my God, she's adorable. See, now I want every outfit. Okay, I don't know if you guys know it or not, but I recently started a new YouTube channel and TikTok channel, and it's dedicated to the fancy bald world. And in this world, we highlight bald women and men. And I only have 2 videos out so far. It's brand new undertaking, and it's so fun. It's completely AI generated, and everything looks extremely real, even though it's AI generated, right? So you guys should check that out. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what that page looks like. There she is in her wig. All right. So
just showered, hair is washed. I went ahead and put on this little outfit that I'm traveling in. These are just like some like jogger sweats type of deal. I love traveling in sweats, but I hate like being hot when I'm traveling. So that's why I always go for like a t-shirt and some like lightweight sweatpants or something like that. But I got this top and these pants from Erin.
Okay, I don't want to get too much into these videos. I do want to comment some on some of her wigs. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. When I look at this wig that she's wearing, this one right here, I feel like, let me go ahead and...
Just showered, hair is washed.
That's what happens when I click on it. But this is the wig that I want to refer to. I feel like it looks wiggy. And honestly, that would drive me crazy. Nonetheless, she looks beautiful in it. What do you guys think about that wig, by the way? And if I'm missing out on your comments, please forgive me. Sometimes it's hard to juggle reading comments while, I'm sorry, my nose dry. Reading comments while hosting. So I apologize for that. But what do you guys feel about her, about this wig? Like, that would drive me crazy. That's what I'm saying. Like, whenever, and I know she probably didn't, this wig probably wasn't cheap, especially considering she earns a lot of money. So, you know, I don't doubt she spent a good amount of money on it. I have purchased wigs like this, and they probably cost like $300 or something like that. And I wear them, and when I wear things like that, I do get the questions. I do get the, oh, your hair looks so nice. Is it yours? You know, and that annoys me. I really don't like people. I mean, I don't like you guys, but in general, I don't like people. They tend to say things that are ridiculous. Like, how dare you ask someone if their hair is real? If you have an inkling that something someone has is fake, is it your job to point it out to them? Is it your job to ask them if it's real? Like, if you saw someone walking around with a Chanel bag, are you going to be like, nice bag, is it real? Like, are you dumb? Like, what is wrong with you? I don't know. It just really is frustrating. Anyway, let's go back and finish up the bald girl news. And also, I'm going to put on this wig finally. Okay, so I have been avoiding having this conversation with this wig because this wig kind of requires maintenance that I don't feel like getting into. Look at it, y'all. I wore this on the 4th. I've had this wig for a really long time, in my book, according to my standards, right? According to my standards, I keep synthetic wigs for no more than 1 month. Somehow this wig continues to serve well beyond the month. If you're interested, this is the Sensational wig by Tressalore. Wait, let me use my knee. I have to use my knee I have to use my knee to comb it out. So much faster than like going and getting a wig stand and all that other stuff. Why do all that when you have a knee? The knee is like someone's head. It's perfect. And when I'm using my knee, somehow the wig does not have to be secured onto my knee. It just sits there and behaves properly. Whereas if I put the wig on a wig stand and a like foam head or similar, I have to pin it in. It's just work. so much better, but I know it makes me look weird. Oh well. Don't I already look weird? Don't I already look like Action Jacqueline, your fellow bald-headed princess? Your fellow alopecia princess from planet alopecia. Don't I already look weird? Like at this point, who cares what y'all think? If I look weird or not. Oh my gosh. But yeah, this is the wig I wore the other day. And to be honest, it is time to get rid of this wig. I just haven't yet because I still like the way it looks when it's done. Oh my god, who's at my door? Let me check. Who is that? Oh, that's my nephew. Oh my god. Can somebody get the door, please? Evan Ellis? I mean, Evan Milan? Sound like my mom. Oh. Oh my, I have a wig on my knee. How am I supposed to get the door? Oh gosh. Yes, can you answer the door, please? Alice is at the door. Thank you. John Wick says hello. Hey, John Wick. How's it going, friend? Hey, did we speak already? We did. Unlikely. What's that? Can we have what? Oh, we can't go driving until later. I have to fix dinner before. That's when the sun starts going down. All right, so this is the wig after I curled it all up. I'm gonna put it on today. So that's the wig that I'm wearing today. When you opened the door, was he there? He's in the car. He's in the car. Okay. All right. So y'all, thank you for joining me for today's Get Ready With Me. And I hope you enjoyed going over the Bald Girl News. Hey, Elle. Good afternoon. Welcome home. Hello. Voila. Okay, so that's cool. Oh God. No, my shorts are not that short. Okay. They are short. But they're not that short. All right, so that's today's look. I'm gonna go ahead and take a snapshot of this one so that I could use this as a thumbnail. All right, thanks so much for joining me, guys. I love you very much, and make sure that you're subscribed. Make sure that you hit the like button before you go, and make sure that you share this video if you know someone who would find this interesting or inspirational. Love you very much, and we'll talk soon. Peace. Again, this is the Sensational Wig by Tressalure in color. Well, I can't tell you the color, but I'll put it in the comments. I'll put it in the description as soon as this is uploaded.